created to reign. What does that mean? You are royalty. You were created to win. There's a definition that says to wear a crown.
From your beginning to your end, you were created to reign. It's time to own your royalty, 'cause you are the essence of win. Oh, that's something now. If I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. I make it rain. If I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. Oh, I make it rain.
I was created to reign. Here's what happened. Now, when she shines, I don't have to fool with it. I don't have to worry about it. I can celebrate with her because I was created to reign. She was created to reign. We can rock together. We can rock our royalty together. I know who I am.
If I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. I make it rain. Oh, if I want it, I'm gon' get it. I make it rain. I make it rain.
You better. Yes. We are back. We are back. Y'all are back. I'm so glad to see you for another chapter in my podcast, my brand new podcast, Standing in the Rain. It's designed, I say it's my podcast, but it's really designed for you to do one thing. I think I'm winded. Dang. Designed to do one thing, to point you to your greatness. This is awesome. It's going to be epic today because I have with me, wait for it, I'm going to do the sound again.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna work on that.
You get your sound effect.
I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah.
But I have. Yes. I have with me. I love it. There you go.
Man.
I have with me
Bars.
the most amazing, prolific, gifted, innovative, dope. My gosh, I'm trying to come up with some just transformative artists, creatives of our time. The incomparable Theoplis Smith of Phresh Laundry. Give it up. Come on.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love you.
Thank you all. Good night.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Oh,
you know
man.
how we know. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having
Welcome
me.
to Standing in the Rain.
Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you.
Yes, this is going to be fun. I hope y'all know, like I said, this is all about you. This is all about you because all I want to do is point you to your greatness. You are walking greatness. Greatness is hardwired into your DNA. Lest I leave anybody out, in case you haven't, this is your first time joining us, welcome. Subscribe. You don't want to miss a moment of Standing in the Rain. Rain, REIGN. What am I talking about? So, to reign means to overcome, to dominate, to superabound, to win, the essence of win, to sway, to have influence, to wear a crown. That's what we're standing in today.
Bars.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready for this? I'm so excited to talk to you. And so if you're joining us for the first time and even just to make sure that you know how it goes down here, I always want to make sure that we center around what I call a raindrop or a drop of the day. And today, because I have the incomparable Theoplis Smith, I like your name so much.
Thank you so
I know
much.
people call you Theo. Theoplis is,
It's dope.
your mama was on something. That was awesome.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm the third. So.
Are you really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
There are 3 Theopolises.
Yeah.
I can say that again.
3 Theoplis.
That's
Say that 3 times.
I know. That's awesome. Well, the raindrop for today is, and this is a clear directive to you: color outside the lines.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, I don't want to take away the opportunity for not just for you,
Sure.
but for them to know you.
Sure.
They need this world needs to know you. They do. Many do. More will.
Yeah.
The world will.
Yeah.
It's a takeover.
Indeed.
It's a takeover, right?
Indeed.
So I just for everybody here, just tell them. I mean, if you had to describe you, I mean, I know you've been written about a lot, all kinds of magazines, all sorts of things, but you describe you.
I would say, of course, once again, my name is Theoplis Smith III. Say that.
I love it.
But I am a creator. I'm a person who creates something out of nothing. I'm the person who I'm a cheerleader. I'm a fan. I'm the person. I'm the plug.
Yeah.
I'm a resource. I am a stream. I am a father. I am a husband. I am a black man. And I'm me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I love me. I like me.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for everything that I can put my hands on, that I can create.
Yeah. I love that. You know what I get? The word you left out. You're free.
Yeah, I'm free.
Yeah, man. I love that. I mean, I've watched you over the years. I mean, we've gotten a chance to really know one another. You know, and your beautiful, beautiful wife, who has the most amazing name ever. Shout out to Dawn Smith. Yes, my soror. Y'all see it?
Yes.
I mean, so yes.
Yeah, somebody crimson and cream woman.
Something about it. There's something about it. But you know, I'm getting to know you, and I think what drew me to you. I mean, your art is everywhere. So for those, you know, we're sitting, you know, we're in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but you don't have to be, because this art is literally everywhere. Your art is everywhere. Indiana
is my playground. Well, excuse me, my office.
Yeah.
But the world is my playground.
There you go.
That's my motto.
Say that again. Say that again.
No, Indiana's my office, but the world is my playground.
I may have to steal that.
Yeah.
I may have to steal it.
Do it.
I'll give you credit for like the first two or three times,
yeah,
but then I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna actually steal it.
Right on.
That's hot.
Right on.
But you know, your art is everywhere, and so, you know. But what really drew me in, honestly, was your freedom, and it's been ever evolving.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. It's facts.
Yes, I mean, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I mean, talk about that. Like, because when I encountered you, I mean, this version of you is a it's new. This is a beast, right?
Yes.
You've always been creative. You've been creative since the day you were put on, you know, God created you, put you on this earth. But this version of you is different. But talk about the evolution a bit. Talk about it.
So as far as the evolution, I mean, I wasn't confident. I wasn't myself. I was a person, you know, come from a family of 4 boys, both parents in the house. Yes, sir, no, ma'am kind of person. Yeah. And just, you know, hey, come from a family of faith, and I'm just playing my role.
You weren't confident.
Not confident, but just playing my role because I did what my parents told me to do, and then I accepted what society and whatever was brought to my way. Just accepted it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. Let me ask you, and I'm gonna.
Sure.
So we just vibing.
We vibing.
Yeah, we vibing. So like, what was society telling you? I know what you mean. I get it. I grew up. You know, I get your parents, but what was who did they tell you were?
Who, society or my parents?
Yeah, society.
So the society told me that I was just another person, just existing.
Okay.
And there's a difference between a person existing versus having an identity and being who you are and soaring, or having a purpose.
Yeah.
Or succeeding. And I think that society was echoing that, saying, hey, you're just another person that exists. You just go with the flow, and whatever life gives you, that's what you accept.
Yeah.
And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard perspective to actually own. And there's a lot of people that have that perspective because they just accept life, or they don't have the knowledge of what they can be if no one is either telling them or not telling them enough, or they just reject it.
So when was your awakening, if you will? I mean, I know some of your story, you know, and I know that your parents, you know, wonderful. I've met your parents. I mean, they're absolutely wonderful, and they poured into you. They sowed into your.
Yes.
All y'all daggone, y'all Smiths are creative.
We fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you didn't see, if for those of you, Fort Wayne Magazine, shout out to John Christensen, is the publisher, but Fort Wayne Magazine, the cover, what was it?
Fort Wayne Magazine. I'm not sure if that was
August.
August
of
issue.
2020.
Yes.
The cover that was shot by your brother.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. It was a picture of me holding my daughter, and he has a creative gene that's like none other as well too.
Yeah.
And he shot that picture. But even going back as children though, we would share rooms together.
Okay.
And I would be on one side of the room with my paints, and he'd be on the other side either with a flash camera or a camera or something like that. And he's working with like Photoshop, and we're both in our zone and our elements.
So how many brothers?
Now it's 3 younger brothers.
Okay.
So 4 including myself, but we had the downstairs basement.
Okay.
And then the other 2 had upstairs, and they were upstairs pretty much working on musicianship.
Yeah.
So they're both musicians and producers now.
That's awesome.
So
I remember this story. Help me because I'm gonna mess it up. But I remember there was some at some point you were so in need of canvas that you started drawing? Was it on the sheets or
Yeah.
is that right?
Yes.
Is that right?
So yes, I was I was pretty much well off in my art at the age of 3, like soundly at the age of 3. Like
Okay.
my mom still has the first picture. But I would blame my brothers that I would, the drawings I did. So I would literally take crayons and I would draw random places around the house. And walls, refrigerators, and then this one episode was just the corner of the fitted sheet, and I just drew it in a green crayon. I'll never forget it. I just did it because it felt great to me. So doing that, and then my mom asked me, "Hey, yo, did you do this?" Knowing that she knew that I did it, I was like, "No, I didn't do it," and I blamed it on my brother Will actually, and she said, "No, that was you." So
Yeah.
She got me.
What'd she do?
She with me. She beat my behind.
Oh, I mean, what that? Yeah, I mean, you got to whoop it. But she affirmed your creativity.
She affirmed my creativity, and that's like the installation of pretty much who I am today. And then the evolution of it, even then, the fire starter was me creating that same way in school. In the school back then, this is in St. Louis, that they took that art of mine and put it into the St. Louis Art Museum.
Who did that?
The school did.
The school did.
The
Okay.
school did.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're all right.
But for me to go up these stairs of this museum, this prestige, profound, historic museum, and being able to see my work on the wall,
Yeah.
with total strangers around it and saying, "Wow, that's cool," and my mom saying, "This is the person that did this piece," and people give me those affirmations saying, "Wow, you did a great job." I was like, "Wow, I'm on to this," and then I just, here or there, life goes on. I've been drawing all this time, but I was like, okay, that's cool.
So the raindrop of the day is certainly color outside the lines, right? But there'll be drops throughout, and I think you hit on one. That kind of lead up to that one. I think you hit on one because I think it's a totally different story. If your mama, she should have whooped you. You don't need to be drawn on. You ain't supposed to be drawn on no sheets.
Facts.
Don't let your kids. Just talk to them.
Or give them a sheet to draw on that they could. That's theirs.
Oh, give them a sheet. Yeah, give them their own sheet. Don't draw on them ones that you.
No.
Yeah, I understand that, but you got to do that. But if she would have killed it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could discipline your children, you can hold them accountable to things, but you got to let them dream,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
You got to let them dream because if they, I think about myself, I think about this version of me, and I didn't have this language. Rain is certainly relatively not new, but new to me relative to this life, my entire lifespan.
Sure.
But my mother has always told me I could be anything.
Yeah.
I could do anything. My problem is I forgot.
Facts. Totally agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love that she held you accountable to a standard, but at the same time was like, no, but you need to understand, I see you. Right? So make sure you see your children. It's critical. So I'm sorry. So you're walking up those steps and you see your art and your mama's like, that's my son did that, right?
Yeah.
And so you are affirmed in that moment, and you talk about, so is that, you're saying that is the point when society was telling you this one thing, you regular. Basically what I heard is society was telling you regular, you mediocre.
Exactly. And I think, between that and then also too, even late nights, because I always tell my mom's side of the story, tell my dad's involvement with that. And I think that's critical as well too.
Okay.
He was an oil painter.
Is that?
And with that, he would,
so Theoplis the first is an oil painter.
actually, he's the junior.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that's right. I didn't get that right.
Yeah, that's
my
cool.
math
That's
is
cool.
my math on the fly.
It's
is-
okay.
Y'all need
It's
to know
okay.
this about me.
We'll get there.
It's rough. I'm telling the people, it's just rough. I can't really. I'm just full disclosure. There's no secrets here standing in the round. I can't really make change, but it's okay. We'll work on that. Anyway, back to you. So your daddy is a painter as well.
Yes.
An oil painter. Okay.
Yes. And with that, he would work long hours. That's the grind of a father, and come in a 3-piece suit and put his briefcase down, and he would get in the floor, sit on the floor, belly on the floor, and would have a sketch pad and would draw with me sometimes.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, this is a new zone. And so thankfully I'm going to adopt that with my daughter as well too.
Yeah.
But just being able to just be in that space with him and just sketch, not saying nothing. He's over there drawing and sketching, and I'm in my little zone drawing and sketching. And I have intricate flashbacks of times of him coming home in a black suit and a gray suit, and just he didn't get on the floor with me.
So when I, tell me this, and then I have another question. I have so many questions. So color outside the lines. What do you hear
What
when
I
I
hear,
say that? Yeah.
I hear tons of stuff. I can hear about just going against the grain. I hear about giving yourself permission to do what no one has done. I hear being a rebel.
Yeah.
I hear exposure and inspiration. Yeah.
So this is not going to shock anybody, I'm sure, but like when I was little, I was that kid that, you know, who like, you know, you get that, I thought it was vanilla paper, but I think it's manila. I think anyway, whatever. That good paper that they only gave you on special projects.
Yes.
I got a little age on you, but vanilla paper.
I know
was fire.
it's still relevant.
It's still yeah. And I get them crayons or whatever, but you know, like sometimes they would pair you with people. I couldn't do it because I hated when anybody would get on my paper and color outside the lines. It messed with me. It was wrong.
Yes.
That's what we were taught. It's wrong. If you turn in something and you're coloring, you know, you remember like, you know, and you have those kids, and it's so funny what we do to kids, I think, because like you think about the pictures and you see a kid and they color and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
You're like, they don't even understand. This goes in here,
Right.
you know,
Right.
that sort of
It's
thing.
like,
yeah, you know, and I
Yeah.
remember like when you have those things, like even those like color by number things, and it tells you like
Yes.
number 4 is blue.
Right.
You have somebody that like they
Colors
wanted
are
it
yellow.
green.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're not gonna go to college.
You turched.
You know, but I think about that now, and I realize that sameness, fall in line, do it like everyone else, stay in the box, stay in the lines is something that's taught from a very young age. Yeah. So, you know, I'm looking at this version of you now, but when I met you, were you working like in like a you like a bank or something like that?
Yes. I was working at the bank.
How does the artist that is Theoplis Smith III end up at a bank? That feels like lines.
It was lines.
Inside the lines.
Inside the lines.
Deep inside the lines.
Inside the lines, upon lines. I found my place there because Theo grew up and got a family. Perfectly honest, man. It was just like, and I was a manager actually at Walmart for several years. And after I got my family, got married and got my family, I was like, you know, this ain't gonna cut it. This Black Friday ain't gonna be able to cut it. Another Black Friday to be away from my family. A
lot of snaggletooths there.
You know?
A lot of I'm sorry. Good.
But then going from there to got this bank job. I'm like, okay, well, I had the mentality of whatever comes my way, I could potentially figure it out.
Yeah.
That's natural. I guess that's from just over the years of trial and error. But I'm content with trying new things. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna get it till I get it right. Yeah. And that's what I did with banking. And so, of course, you learn all these logistics and protocols and bankers jargon and everything else under the sun. But inside, I'm cringing. Cringing. And
every day?
Not every day, but most days.
Most days. Okay.
Because it's always a certain procedure, and it's a rhyme and a reason. It's a cookie cut design if you have to do it a specific way. I
think there's another mini drop in there, a bit, something you said, because you can go with me. You can disagree with me if you want, but like you said, you know, I said, feels like lines, like you deep inside the lines. And you're like, you know, Theo grew up and had a family.
Yeah.
You know, so I think, you know, because I have to do this a lot of times with Rain. When I have Rain classes, I talk to people or whatever. I'm like, get people, they're like, yes, I believe you. I overcome, I dominate, I superabound, I win. I'm the essence of win.
Yeah.
I Rain, I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm like, oh.
Wait, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. You know, it's like I had to do a disclaimer. Like, I'm really excited that you turned on to you, into your greatness. It's exactly what I want. But there has to be wisdom deployed with that.
I agree.
Right? And so what I heard you say is definitively, and it's going to use my phrasing because, you know, I'm just going to use my phrasing. Definitively, you need to pursue at all costs, recklessly, with reckless abandon, rocking your royalty.
I agree, yes.
You have to understand, though, that's a journey.
Yes.
And you had to do what you needed to do, at least with the information and knowledge and things that you had that time to support your family.
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So how do we get from there then to here where you like, because you do art full time now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You're not a greeter at Walmart anymore.
I'm not a greeter at Walmart. I'm not checking no receipts if you get in a big TV or nothing of that nature. You know, actually, no, not doing it. not going back. Nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
Not going back.
That's right.
But I guess it's in between the lines, in between that journey, being consistent in the area and knowing that it was a switch and there was a trigger and there was a spark in me to be able to create, and then that need. First, it fizzled out because just life happens and, just trying to figure out who you are. Because once more, I did not have my identity. I didn't know who I was at the time, but I just thought I did something cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little something witty about myself, kind of like Happy Feet. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how the little penguin came out, tap dancing and everything like that, but he just did something because it was cool, but find out it was effective in the long run. But for me, in my late 20s, that's when I was like, okay, I'm on a plateau that I've never been before.
Yeah.
But I know that it's meaningful. I know that it's ordained. And it put me back to a place because actually, being a person of faith, I laid my sketch pads and pencils at the altar.
That's awesome. That's hot. Yeah.
And I'll never forget that scene where I was like, okay, God.
Literally?
Literally.
Okay. Awesome.
And was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but since I have it and this is all that I know, I'm going to use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so over and over and over, I would go through these things where it would be my therapy. It would be my sword. It would be my rope to pull me out of something. It would be my boulder to stand on something. And it would shape me. And with that, I would go about for about where I found these rhythms of consistency.
Okay.
Consistency. And would find and birth who I was as a person and how it would affect others.
Consistency in terms of actually producing creative works, or consistency in betting on yourself, or
both.
Both. Okay. Yeah.
And then also too, I would be the person, because I'm quiet in nature. If you know me,
I know. I keep slapping you on stuff where I make you talk all the time.
Yeah.
I know. Thanks.
Which I'm okay with that.
Thanks.
I'm cool with that. But the thing is, though, I would be this quiet spirit. I would be this quiet person. I would observe and see whatever. I'm a sponge. But then I learned to knowing that I am needed. I'm needed for not only myself, but I'm needed for others.
Yeah.
And once you get that whiff of saying that someone's depending on your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to make a move.
You have to.
And I have to be effective. And I have to be almost like, I'm almost like a cell phone tower, if that makes sense. I'm a person that if you're in my radius, I absorb the climate.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen overnight, but it was just small little trickles of you're necessary, you're needed. You have purpose, and your purpose ties to someone else. You rescuing yourself or being a part of your rescue is going to be tied to someone else's rescue.
See, that's hot right there, because there was something. I don't remember the article. I should know this. But you did an article where you made this statement, and again, fix me if I get it wrong. You said sometimes you have to be your own recovery.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
Was that whole article. I was like, what did he just say?
Yes.
What was expound on that. I think that's what you're kind of talking about a bit.
And so being a part of your own recovery or being a part of your own rescue is a declaration of saying, I can't be here where I am content, or it's comfort there, or it's just the norm, knowing that you have no other choice but to grow.
Yeah.
You have no other choice, because the purpose that's lie before you has to force you to grow. So if I stay here in this comfort zone, I would not be good for myself or anyone else that walks into my path. And so you will find yourself, when you get, as they say, sick and tired of being in a certain specific spot, you're going to move. You're really going to switch gears, and you're really going to take hold to saying, okay, it's a new version of me. And it's a better me.
It calls you.
It calls you.
It calls you. That's why I tell people, like, your royalty calls you.
Yes.
It calls you. I mean,
Yes.
you come what you need to. I mean, you think I mean, literally.
It literally calls you.
Literally calls
Yeah.
you. Like, you try. I tried.
Try to run from it.
I tried to run from it because I was good.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That
I
makes-
was good
makes
that I
tons of
was.
sense.
Like, when did this happen? And I was like, when did this thing that I longed to be stop being my muse? I was like, how could I almost was like offended
Yeah.
that I wanted something else. And I remember, it's been a long, long time. I went to a church. It wasn't on a Sunday. So it was something, it was like a Bible study, something like that. Sure. And there was, they asked people, if you wanted to come up for prayer. And that's not really, just not really. I don't do that a lot or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I just was sitting there, but I was really compelled to go do it. Sure. But I was going to say was, but then I was going to be lying again. I was and am arrogant, at times. And I have to make sure I keep it in check. And so I was sitting there, and there was a whole host of people up front praying. And I had decided who I wanted to pray for me, who was okay to pray for me.
Yeah.
And I'm going somewhere with this in terms of what you just said. And so I get up there in the line, I can count this. I was like, okay, they next. They next.
Yeah.
Dang. And I was like, maybe I can lay back in the cut. And then I'll be like, and it didn't work out, right?
Yeah.
And so I got to this person, and I'm grateful to her to this day. Her name is Amanda Mons. And I mean, just shout out to her because I didn't really know Amanda very well, but whatever. And I'm like, but I was arrogant. I was like, well, I don't want her. It wasn't even about so much about her. It was like, I don't want her to pray for me. I want that person to pray for me. Right? Come on, man. But just that fake religion stuff.
Yeah,
but anyway, we grow.
Yeah, we grow.
So anyway, but what's funny is she didn't want to pray for me either.
Wow.
Because she was like, I don't think I'm right or worthy or something to pray for Dawn.
Wow.
So God was like, I'm about to handle both of y'all. And so we go up there, right? And I had never started, but that call had started. Rain. I didn't have that language, but it was calling me, right? And I get up there, and I'm standing in front of her, and they ask you typically like, what do you want to pray about, or what do you need prayer for? I didn't even know what to say. Why did she just start talking? And first thing she said was, "Do you hear this song? This song is talking about you." And the song was Marvin Sapp's "Deeper." And the line that was played, I had never heard the song before. Up to that point, I didn't even hear it while I was sitting there until she said it. And the line is like, this can't be it. Yeah. God is so much bigger than this, right? Yeah. And I was like, in tears. Yeah. And she was just like, you've got to answer. You would have thought she just started spitting at me. And and I find that God is kind of, is like that. He's like, I'm going to leave you no doubt in your mind that was me.
Facts.
Right? So it was calling me. So I understand what you're saying, in that it is something you can run, but all you do, I think, is set yourself up for just a lower existence. You'll be alive. Yeah. Excuse me. You'll be breathing. Yeah. But you won't be alive. Does that resonate
that makes
with
sense.
you? Yeah.
It's almost like a numb feeling.
Yeah.
It's a real stale feeling, and it's just like you're just existing. You're just going through the motions, and it's stale. It's no flavor. There's no
flavor. That's good.
There's no excitement. It's just bland.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, you gotta find you're gonna have a million and one whats. Yeah. But you gotta find that why. Facts. You gotta find that why. That's that thing. That's what I hear. That's what was calling you. Like, it wasn't so much, do I want to paint a picture over here or paint a picture over there? It's like, you were created to create. Exactly. Right? Exactly. You were created. Tell me this, because this is what I get from you. I will tell you, I think that you, and I'm not being all, stop prophetic, it. Whatever. I'm trying to get it out. We fam. But I'm like, you were created to, as a heartbeat. Yes. Yeah. It's like, I feel like you have a sensitivity and an ability to be in tune with things that there's healing power through that. I mean, I even think like what you just painted with the wow, you're the second person that said that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Like literally, like person just said it just yesterday. Yeah. I just saw recently the I follow you certainly, and everybody, we're gonna have everybody you should follow Theo and get you pieces. I'm building my my Phresh Laundry collection.
Yes.
But you should follow him definitively. All that information will be linked, so you'll be able to get it. But I saw our city's hurting.
Yeah.
Over the what just happened to those 3 beautiful boys.
Yes.
And you painted a picture, and it's so raw. Why do you do it why do you do it so quick? I mean, they literally it like story broke. Theo's got art. It's almost like how do you do that?
It's okay. So that's just part of my consistency and my rhythm in finding who I am, and it's a part of my purpose. And like I said, you're the second person that said it's healing in that. But for me, that's what I do. And I'm saying that now because I recognize that.
Yeah.
But for so many layers, and so unfortunately with this tragedy that happened in the city, first off, I don't want any shine for it.
Sure.
I don't just make stuff just to put it out there. If I'm saying, I am that confident. If I am saying something, it's vital for you to listen because I don't talk. I don't talk. I don't have time to waste words anymore. Yeah. You know? And so
let me correct you a bit. You don't talk with your words, but you talk all the time.
I do.
With that brush.
I do.
You talk all the time on them canvases.
I do.
Okay.
But with this situation, I wanted to change the narrative before it even happened.
Yeah.
And these 3 young men, unfortunately, you see the media and you see stuff and be like, well, were they gang members or was it a drug deal going bad or and just what society has painted black men. And I wanted to say, no, not this time.
Yeah.
So I want to make them the best version of black men that I could. And say, never judge a book by its cover. Yeah. For black men, hey, we are important. We are of essence that can't be replaced. In that Big Brother sees you.
Yeah. Well, I want you to understand, I say it because it lands like that. For me, as a mom, married to a black man, raising 2 wonderful young black men, that mattered for me. And I want the families to know, too, that we're praying for you.
Definitely.
We're praying for you and declaring God's peace over you. But when we stand with you, and I just wonder because you do this a lot. I mean, no matter what's going on, it's like, how is he? I mean, you're like, how are you? I mean, it's like, how is he painting that fast? How is it? So what I get is that it's an impression on your spirit to be like, hey,
yes,
I got to get this out.
Yes,
I figure you probably can't even sleep.
It's not even more so sleeping because as soon as I'm absorbing the information. If I'm at home and doing it, my wife said, "Go do what you got to do." Like I'm thankful that she rocks with me on that because I just sense and I could it's a shaking, and if I don't do this, I feel like someone's not going to catch the moment.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, or catch a certain something, whatever's happening to them is not going to be a seed drop there. And so I don't, like I said, I don't do it for fame or anything of that nature, but it's a necessity that I know that what my voice has to say, it holds weight, not in a cocky way, but in a way where I know that it is necessary, it is vital. And so those are the times and the ways I need to translate it.
And you have to honor it.
I have to honor it.
I mean, you have to honor it. I mean,
Yes.
you think about, why we're sitting here. You know, it's not because I just deeply desire to be in the podcast game.
Yeah.
It's not because I hope that somebody will, sponsor this and I can make it. It's not, that's
deeper.
not it. It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
When I asked you about the transition, the shift, for me, it was, I was the fear of all the things I didn't know. How's this going to work? How are we going to make money out of this? All this stuff. People going to think I'm crazy. What do you, all these things, the fear, all those fears began to be exponentially outweighed by my fear, if you will, of dying with all of this stuff inside of me.
That is the story of my life.
Yeah.
Once I got the knowledge of saying, I don't want to go to the grave with my potential.
Yeah, man.
Because think about how many people are in the cemetery. Like, I drive past the cemetery and I look always. And I think about how many souls are there or were there, and what kind of skills did they have? What could they be a service to the earth?
Yep.
What was a cure for cancer there? Was it, I mean, all these big thoughts.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I know that I'm not perfect, but also too, I want to be tasteful enough where I can get all this out of me and leave it.
So talk to them. They're sitting there. Somebody's sitting there and like, okay, that's fine. That's nice. All them words I use, the incomparable, all the transformative, Theoplis Smith, right? I can't draw.
Yeah.
I don't do any of those things. There's, nothing special about me to add to this. Now, mind you, I have a hard time getting these words out because, you reign and hang around with me. I promise you, we're going to get that right. We're going to get that right. We're going to get that mindset shifted. But talk to them. I mean, if you were talking to you, the one who was bought into you regular, talk to him.
I would tell my old self, there is so much more to you than you can grasp with two hands and one mind. I would tell myself that what got you to the point that you are won't take you to the next level, and you have to be willing enough to be in a sense of anticipation that things are going to happen to you for the best version of you. I would say that who you're going to be and who you are is tied to someone else's deliverance.
Say that again.
Who you are will tie you to someone else's deliverance. So pretty much everything that you're going to get into or whatever, everything that you're going to try is tied into someone else's deliverance. And I'm not being all spiritual and all that good stuff, but we're together more than we know. And you have to be open and not selfish either.
Yeah.
Don't think that someone is using you, because there's enough of you to go around for everybody, including yourself.
Yeah.
And you will learn how to take time for yourself too. But everything that you do is a domino effect to someone else. And it starts with you figuring out who you are and being open to what's around you, what you have done in your past as far as your rhythms, and finding those moments of worthiness or worth or reign.
Yeah.
And from there, being able to scoop yourself out of there and just one day at a time, one moment at a time, one situation at a time, and giving yourself permission.
Huge. It's
if
everything.
You don't give yourself permission, you will not do what you need to do. You will be that failure that you're thinking that you are.
Yeah, it's
everything that you think that you are. But dreams plus permission equals success. You give yourself permission to those ideas, you get a plan, you execute. And that's what I'm learning right now in this season. And the only reason I'm saying it because it's almost like I'm coming out of a chapter, I feel.
Always.
But I literally was that person where it's like, I if I see it, I can do it. I'm giving myself permission no matter how I feel. I may be scared. I mean, I've never did this before. I don't know if I could do this or not.
I've never seen it before.
I don't have the money to do
it.
Yeah. I don't have the people.
That's a big one.
I don't have the support system. And what if you just tried it? What will that do for you?
Huge. It's giving yourself, not just permission, giving yourself permission. Something I didn't do for the longest time. I think that's why I'm so passionate and excited.
Sure.
Rain is not, I say this all the time, rain is not a hype word for me, man.
Yeah.
It was healing.
Yeah.
I'm no longer waiting for you, proverbial you, to choose me.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
I've already chosen myself.
It's too late. I love it.
I already chosen myself.
Facts.
Like, I don't need you to bet on me.
Facts.
I bet on me.
Facts.
It's fine.
Put it down twice.
I wish I would have known that when I was 12 and all those things. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that. It's storming up here. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Look around. Wait a minute.
That's right. But so giving yourself, that's a drop within a drop of just remembering. Give yourself permission. Would you say without any feelings?
Yes.
To back it up.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people. conditioned to and they mean well, I think.
Yeah.
To tell you what you can't do. I did a raindrop once, and I was like, "Hey, man," because I have the vantage point of my oldest son plays ball, and I would watch things at times and just watch all of that, and I was like, "Golly, this whole system is crazy," because they just kind of ID like who's gonna make it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And then they play to that, right? They pour into those kids, and they pat the other kids on the back, like, I'm not waging a war against AAU or whatever, but what I am saying is what it did fundamentally do to me, or what I found myself fundamentally offended at this reality. How dare you purport to suggest what I can do from the vantage point of inside your box?
Right.
I didn't understand that. I don't understand what we talk about. How do I sit here and tell you, if you told me right now, I am going to paint murals and erect a statue on Mount Rushmore, and I'm going to do all, I'm like, Theo. Now, Theo.
Now.
Come on. Let's be realistic, which I find to be a cuss word, by the way. Let's be realistic. Right? Anybody in your life to be like, let's be realistic.
Right.
Unless it's like probably your accountant, and then you just, or you're a lawyer.
Believe him.
You should probably believe us. Believe us. Yes. But otherwise, I struggle with that. And because and I think they mean well. Sure. But I can't talk to you about what is in you. Right. Because I didn't put it there. Right. Right.
Right. If more people had that mindset as well too, everybody would go a lot further.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because, I don't like dream killers.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, even if I want to paint Jupiter gold, be like, you know what? Man, do that.
You need writers around you. You need people to be like, hey, I saw this. Yeah. I think a Sharpie would work. It sounds crazy, but you need people like that. Exactly. You need people like that. Let's figure it out. Yes. Let's do this. Let's research it. I'm with you. Yes. That's what you need. I'm not, and I want to make sure that I'm clear too. I mean, we're not talking about well, no, I'm not even going to say that, because I don't know how to say it. It's like, I don't want to limit anything. I'm just saying, I want people to, I want you to, I hear you saying to the you of before, I mean, you just got to bet on you with everything, all chips in. Yeah. 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 So your life is voluptuating in terms of your betting on you is paying off, and you're doing all sorts of things. I mean, talk about some of the things that you're seeing come to pass in your life right now. What's happening?
I mean, of course, I'm still in my art. I'm flourishing and learning new mediums first. Okay. So just like what? I'm getting stronger in my oils. Okay. Of course, I'm fluent in oils, acrylics, airbrushing, aerosols, graphite, and now I'm getting into like the virtual reality space as well too. Really? So being able to paint in the 3-dimensional world and do things in that arena where I can actually like create either art shows or sculptures or anything else I want to do in a 3-dimensional world.
That's awesome.
So learning that, and then learning the art and art history of crypto art. So pretty much what's ahead in the future as well too. So I'm equipping myself for the future starting now. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's been one thing, but then of course, the accolades, of course, here in the city of Fort Wayne, being able to, first, I am a public arts commissioner for the city, appointed by Tom Henry. I'm our mayor. So when I'm not doing that, I am a muralist. And
we got work for you, by the way.
I'm ready.
Oh, no.
I'm ready. So, but being able to be a muralist, and of course, if people understand how many roles art plays in so many dimensions, it's everywhere. Alone, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's the clothes we got on our back. Somebody sat down and like, you know what? Some shoes would be hot if we did this, or these pants if we put, or that, whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's everywhere. So being able to, go down this rabbit hole of being a muralist, an impressionist, contemporary art, doing art decor, and being able to just kind of have my own streams to be able to do whatever I need. So like I said, doing murals, doing portraits, doing digital work, doing stuff. For art collectors, and just learning my role and expanding it more. Recently, of course, people have known for me doing stuff for like Spike Lee, Gene Simmons. Yeah. I partnered with Porsche. I've done stuff.
Beer can, the cans.
Yes, so locally, Hyper Loco,
That's right.
just doing beer can logos and things of that nature where those funds give back to the city.
Yep.
And then also too, even specifically on the southeast side of town. So being able to tap into these sources and keep the dollar circulating in my city has been a blessing. You know, being able to do that with just creating.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you would think it's something crazy where it's like, okay, get a pencil and do something and it's going to change your city. It's going to change your world.
You were literally drawing. You're drawing our future.
Yes. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But being able to be exposed to these kind of things, just did a partnership with Foot Athletic as well too. So being able to design a shoe based on Ron DMC, you know, doing stuff like that. Of course, here in town, we're in the city where Vera Bradley is. So just got word today that I'm going to be doing. Well, the city just got word today that I'm going to be doing the mural inside of the new Bradley Hotel.
Yes.
But then also doing stuff on the landing here as well too. So in Mercado, which is a new restaurant here, partner with them to do murals there. I have 2 more murals going downtown as well too. Yes. And then beyond that, doing stuff for upcoming films, album covers. I'm working on a project for my friend, a good friend of mine. His name is Mickey Fax. He's a rapper. He's based out of New York, but he lives in Atlanta now. But he just got finished doing some things with Black Thought and a couple other people. He's done multiple features.
I love it.
But anything that I can get my hands in, and just people just are a fan of my impressions as well too. So being able to have people go to my website, phreshlaundry.com, spelled the PH, being able to shop there and get their laundry. And I'm just introducing the culture of hanging laundry. You know, art is cool, but if you don't have laundry, you're missing the game. You're missing the mark.
You just got paper on your wall.
Yeah,
with
you
some
just
colors
got
on
paper on your wall with some. You just got something up there.
I know
So,
it. I love it. I'm
Yeah.
so, and I hope you hear this with every intention of just honor. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
That's hot, man.
That means a lot.
That, you know, they don't know, but it was like crazy trying to get this booked, you know, because, you know, just schedules and so, but I love it. I mean, that's kind of a drop in and of itself. I mean, if the people you trying to holler at, you'll be like, when you want to do it, we do it right now.
Right.
No matter what. I ain't doing nothing. You
Right.
probably got the wrong people in your circle. They should be doing everything.
And that, you know
Right?
what? I think so. Because the thing is, when I find myself being busy, well, not busy.
You're not busy.
Not busy.
You're on assignment. You ain't busy.
That's when you're on that level where you say, like, no, busy.
No, you
busy.
ain't busy.
No, we ain't busy.
Yeah.
We're on a level
You're busy
of
before.
execution.
Yeah.
We're
You're
here executing task here. That's where we're at now. But being able to have that mindset of saying, okay, I could wake up every day and create something, and it starts a whole wave of something else.
Yeah.
And so trying to figure out, working on the email systems and figuring out, you know, what this customer needs, or, you know, tailor making an experience for someone else, or dreaming of what's ahead, you know, working on some other stuff while still working on my stuff as well too, and being able to expand all territories.
Yeah.
That is dope to me.
It is awesome.
Even though it's work, it's fun.
Well, when it's purpose, it's not work.
I'm talking about like as far as a physical aspect.
I feel you.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I wake up every day and I enjoy my fun.
Yeah.
Not a job, but fun.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I've always observed you, like, you know, for y'all don't know, if you've ever seen Theo in action, like he does this thing where like it's awesome. I don't even know how he does it. He like does this thing where like, you know, I had him at one of my rain my rain class events, the Rainmaker production, and he was like, he paints all upside down and all these stuff like that, and then he flips it around and it's a picture, and I was like, I feel like your vibe is so strong. Your creative flow is so strong. I feel like I can hang with you in that.
You can.
I want to do this.
Okay.
I want us to, like, we gonna do this, and then we gonna come back and wrap this up. But I want to figure this out, because I want to be in your world.
Okay.
How about that?
I like that.
You're on my podcast. I want to be in your world.
Welcome to my world then.
Welcome to the world. We can get some music. We gonna do this thing.
Yes.
All right. So let's get it together.
Let's get it.
Okay. You see it, because I told you were the heartbeat of the city. So you got the heart, right, and then like the color by numbers, but none of this is the key, but none of the things match, right? They're off. Like that one is not that color.
I like that.
Get that? outside the raining fire. That's what this is. You know, this is.
Okay, I get you.
Come on now.
I'll pick it up.
Come on now. You don't see that.
I'll pick up what you
You
put
don't
down.
see it.
I do.
You don't see it.
I do.
Okay, so we're gonna go for. That's mine.
Okay.
So you can vote. I'm gonna work on how you
Yeah,
vote.
we can do a voting
You
system
can
on
do a voting
this. I like
system.
this. I like
All right,
this.
turn yours around.
So
Let's
I'm
see
gonna
it.
turn mine around. So on hers, she drew her hand right here, and I did this because I thought about that whole thing of painting Jupiter gold. So this is you, and this is me going to paint Jupiter gold. But the thing is, though, I wanted to do something like an exercise like this because the things that sometimes are given to us, we have the moments to maximize it. So you can create whatever you're going to create into whatever you want to create it to based off of your past experiences. So our past experiences was based off of our conversations. To be able to create something now where someone has put something in your lane, and guess what? You get to maximize on it based off your past experience to move it forward. So this is you cheering me on. So this is you raining.
Am I in space too?
This is you in space. You in your spacesuit. And then this is me in space going to paint Jupiter gold.
I mean, y'all can vote. I mean, he fine. It was good.
This is light work. Light work. light work.
It's all right. I love it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna. Oh my gosh. So here's what I want y'all to know: that I don't want anybody to miss the gifts that I bring to you on Standing in the Rain. So this, unfortunately, is a chalkboard. So I can't give that to you. But instead, since we stuck with this, I am going. Let me try to figure out. You got to subscribe. So you got to be someone who's subscribed, and you gotta hit me up. And what should we have them do? Because they're gonna get something. What should we have them do? The first person. I don't know how to tell that. Let me see. How about this? I'm just gonna just put it off on you. I want you certainly to subscribe and stay locked in because I'm really we talk about purpose a lot.
Yes.
This is my purpose, is to point you to your greatness. I'm trying to elevate you. That's my heartbeat. So I want to. So hit me up, and the first person to do so and say, I reign. The first person that hits me up and says that, you're gonna get your own official, not the chalkboard, but your own piece of Phresh Laundry.
Yes.
On me. So don't get on me. You're not gonna get no mural or nothing like that.
It's gonna be tasty.
It's gonna be we're gonna
get
get it on me.
Indeed.
So yeah, I'm so excited. I just want to bless somebody with your creativity.
Thank you.
No. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So like I said, keep it locked. Theo, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Means
for being
the world
here.
to me, really.
Absolute honor.
Honor, definitely.
Yeah, and for all y'all, please stay with me. Keep riding with me. Keep rocking with me. Keep vibing with me. You have no idea how much it means to me. You are my rain dancers. So let's keep it locked. Next chapter coming soon. Subscribe and put your notifications on.
Yes.
Let's get this. It's a rain takeover. Help me take over the world. Love y'all. Peace.